you ever wonder why women are so inconsistent with the type of men they chase? You'll see a guy with a perfect slim fit physique with a hot chick. That's regular. You'll also see the bulky strong men with attractive women around them. That's usual again. But it gets interesting with the fact that you'll also see chubby or skinny guys get a lot of game amongst women. And guess what? You'll even see some short bros absolutely kill it in the dating scene. The layman conclusion would be, well, different girls have different wants and desires. But the reality, it's not as simple as that. The guys you see, possessing game despite their varying physical attributes, have something common amongst themselves. It's that certain thing, that common factor, which brings them success with women. You stay on the internet too long and you'll hear 10 different opinions of what you should be working towards. Some will say get the dad bod, the girls go absolutely wild for it. Others would say you need to become skinny. But what you actually have to do, regardless of what your body type is be a man who women can go weak for. If having more muscles was the secret, then no man at the gym would be lonely or feel unsatisfied with their romantic lives. So the fact to settle on first is that coming off as attractive doesn't happen superficially. You might be wondering, why is that the case? Why do women want to go weak for their men? I'll explain it very briefly. It's all about satisfying hypergamy. The sole thing women want is a man who is higher in value than herself. She wants to be able to look up to him. She wants to feel as if she needs you more than you need her. It's very important for a man to have that leverage, because otherwise, you'll come off as lower status. It doesn't matter if the gap isn't too big. If you're not over her, you're automatically a turnoff. Now, a really important thing to note here is this. You might mistake value for tangible things, but in reality, it's all about mentality and emotions. The thing is, for a woman to be in love, the emotions she has to feel are something most guys are completely unaware of. They're the opposite of what you'd think of. First of all, if she's to love you, her mind should be in utter chaos about you. She won't know if she hates you or loves you. She'll just feel a way towards you, which she doesn't towards any other men. The thing about women is, they can only focus on one guy at a time. Even if she's dating a bunch of guys, there will be that one guy who stands out and stays on her mind. Women are simply monogamous in nature. It's the way they are wired. So for a woman to fall in love, her mind has to be in chaos regarding you. She has to be uncertain of your attention. If you decide to settle with her and assure her that you're never going anywhere, trust me, she'll be leaving the next day. Women cherish that uncertainty, that distance, that fear of losing you. Now the thing is, the type of men who are able to elicit those emotions out of her, they have a distinguishing quality. They are indifferent to her beauty and her body. That's right. For you to make her weak, her beauty has to become powerless to you, as that's the ace up the sleeve for almost every woman. When you become indifferent to their main asset, suddenly, you've stripped them off the main source of their power. This is when you truly come off as high value. The truth is, hypergamy is nothing but a feeling for women. Most guys think they have a good grasp on how to be high value, but in reality, their understanding of high value is coming from what other men think. And that could be having a great physique, a Lamborghini, a big house. But guess what? Those aren't what determines high value for a woman. For her, she determines your value by how mysterious you are, how charismatic you are, how much of a quote-unquote real man you are. So many guys end up spending all their time trying to fulfill the masculine vision of high value that they entirely miss what women are actually ranking them based off of. She wants to see how limited your time is, but also how you make her feel when she's around you. The blame is on those men who get comfortable and forego trying to spark that attraction. It's not just a one-time thing with women. You constantly have to keep oiling those gears. It doesn't matter if you just got her or have been married for 30 years. As a man, you have to hold up your end of the bargain, and I guarantee you it'll ensure the health of your relationship. But let's say you don't follow my advice. You end up getting emotionally attached to the girl. The harsh truth is, she'll start viewing you more unfavorably over time. You'll become less and less attractive to her, and mind you, not in a physical sense, but a mental one. She'll see you as a pathetic loser, the high-value man in her mind. He's not a simp, he keeps his girl on the edge. Next, you'll find her keeping a bad attitude with you all the time. She'll give you cold shrugs, and won't even keep basic commitments. Basically just to observe to what extent are you willing to tolerate. And guess what? Many guys get comfortable to the point that they don't even try to resist. They're just following commands by then. After all those steps, she'll most probably just end up dumping you and finding a new man. If you want to make long-term relationships work, you have to understand one crucial thing. Just like how you were tested in the start of the relationship, she's going to keep on testing you over time during the relationship as well. And these tests are what determine the direction and health of the relationship. You'll notice every once in a while, she'll just adopt a rude, almost condescending attitude. She'll pull back from being the affectionate partner she might usually be. All of these tests are to basically check your emotional weakness level, to see how attached you are to her. If you immediately get on your knees, start bringing big bouquets of flowers home, you'll go straight from an alpha to a beta. That'll be your new reality in her mind. So what's the solution, you ask? How do I get her emotionally weak so that I'm always high value in her mind? Well, listen closely. Once you've built the initial attraction, you must religiously remove certainty from the relationship every once in a while. Now, before I get to how you do that, there is a prerequisite to it. You must be a high-value man, in the most primal sense of the term. If you're a high-value man, the steps to come become second nature. The reason you should be high-value is because high-value men are much harder to get a hold of. They're active people who have a lot going on, so their time isn't free. Secondly, high-value men naturally have an abundance mindset, so they don't feel the need to try hard for any woman, even if it's their own wife. It might sound toxic, but it isn't. It's just what works. So, let's say you've become a high-value man, but what exactly is this certainty you're supposed to eliminate? To put it simply, it's when you adopt a more feminine energy. That's the certainty of the relationship you have, which allows you to do such a thing. You'll start bombarding her with emojis on text, and even start double texting her when you don't get immediate replies. This just shows that you're becoming more feminine, and as we've talked about before, when a man becomes more feminine, the woman has to compensate by being more masculine. That's how you lose her attraction. Another way you show certainty is when you immediately respond to her calls and texts during a weekday morning. That's the time when every high-value man is out grinding. If you show her that she's more important than your work, trust me, she's going to be repelled by you. The irony is, women only like you when you act like you don't like them. It's funny, but it's true. The reason for that is because it signals high value. It shows that you're someone she can depend on and look up to. So brothers, be wise in your endeavors and never put your guard down. On that note, I'll conclude today's video. Make sure you support the channel down below by dropping a like and subscribing for more future content. With that said, see you in the next one. Take it easy.